Hey, hey, hey. Okay, so today we are just reviewing very quickly what the Declaration of Independence is, and also an analysis tool that I like to call ACAPS. And no, I'm not capping, I am telling the truth. Yes, I know, crazy, right? Miss February, you're so funny. Anyway, moving on. The Declaration of Independence, if you didn't know, is broken up into four main parts. The first part is the first section, which is known as the preamble. This is basically like your introduction paragraph, okay? This was introducing the reason for the letter, okay? The second part of the declaration is literally a declaration, okay? This is stating, it's a statement. It's stating people's natural rights and relationship to the government and how the colonists felt it should be, how the government should be, how it should look in a perfect world, right? The third section, as you can see through my blue arrow there, is a long list of grievances or complaints that the colonists had against King George III. So it's like, hey, we don't like that you did this. Here's a list of examples of all of the terrible things you did that we weren't big fans of. Okay, and then the fourth section is the conclusion, all right? And this basically formally states the colony's independence from Great Britain. And as you could see below, there are the names of all of the people, all of the signers who signed the declaration. And we talked about who and what those framers kind of looked like and what they embodied and valued. Okay, cool. So now that we got that out of the way, today we're going to be learning the skill of analyzing in history using a tool that I like to call ACAPS. And it's very convenient that you guys all know what that's cap means, although it has nothing to do with that. Ha. Okay, so here's an example. The term analyze means to look at something very closely to better understand it. So you're basically breaking something down, right? And trying to find deeper meaning or potentially what the actual meaning is, right? So we can advertise many things today. We can analyze advertisements, paintings, literature, sculptures, letters, newspaper articles. You could analyze even like, I don't know, Instagram posts, right? So as you could see, there's an example of an advertisement there. So how do we do this? What is the tool that we're going to use that is ACAPS? Okay, it's a tool to analyze. ACAPS is just an acronym for something, and it stands for author, context, audience, purpose, and significance. Okay, it's a way to help us be able to organize the way that we analyze something. Okay, so we're going to be practicing this a lot in class this week. So author, basically, who wrote the text? Who were they? What was their background? Because obviously that greatly influences the piece that you're looking at, right? Context. What was going on at the time that this text, this image, this piece of art was created? How may have the events or ideas of the time influenced this piece? The next is audience. Who was this text meant for? Who was supposed to read it? Because that would greatly influence also what you're looking at, right? Purpose. Why did the person write this text? What is the goal of the text? Right? These are all really important questions. And then lastly, significance. What is the meaning of the text and what is going on in the text? It's kind of like, what is the text actually saying? Purpose and significance seem similar, but they are in fact different, and you'll see why in a second. Okay, so here's an example that we could kind of tackle. So the first thing we would say the author, right? This is obviously an Apple ad. So I would say Apple, the company, right? Context. This was an ad from, I know this because I made this, 2020, I think, because that looks like it's an iPhone. Oh my gosh, I could be wrong. I think it's an iPhone 12. So I think it's 2020 or 2021. And what was going on here? A lot of people were at home because of the pandemic. And there were a lot of hacking situations going on, right? People's phones were getting hacked, their iClouds were getting hacked. People wanted to protect their privacy, right? So Apple obviously took a big step to create an iPhone that valued privacy. Okay. Audience, obviously Apple is selling to the people, right? The people, consumers, right? They're not like writing a love letter to King George III here. Like definitely not, right? They are trying to sell their product, and they're trying to sell their product based on privacy. The purpose, like I just said, to sell their product to people. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Oh, okay, great. That didn't really help. Let me move this up. Okay, better. Significant. So what's the meaning of this? I'm going to basically summarize what I see here. The advertisement, let's see. Apple is trying to sell their newest phone by focusing on something that people are worried about, which is their privacy. Sorry, I kind of went off the page there. Privacy. Okay, perfect. So I even like here how the ad actually covers the guy's face, right? That's kind of like, that's his privacy, right? What his face looks like is privacy. And the iPhone is blocking his face. The iPhone is providing him privacy. So kind of cool. Kind of cool. All right. I could even write that in the significance section, actually, if I really wanted to dive deep into it. Okay, anyway, today we're going to analyze the preamble of the Declaration of Independence as a group. Okay, so obviously you're watching this video now, and then you're going to do it as a group. So once you finish this video, here's the jam, okay? Within your groups, you're going to have one member read each section aloud. So if it's Miss Kilgore, Gabby, and Frank are in a group, those are my siblings, okay? Miss Kilgore is going to read the first box. Then we're going to talk about the first box and write down some of our thoughts, okay? Once we've written down our thoughts, then Gabby's going to read the next box. We're going to listen. Me and Frank are going to listen. And then we're going to talk about it, think about how we could translate what's in that box, put it in modern words, and then we're all going to write it down. Once we do that, Frank is going to read the next box. We're going to listen, we're going to talk about it, we're going to discuss it, and then we're going to write down what we think it means, okay? And we'll just repeat that process until you finish the whole preamble, which really is just a couple of sentences, okay?